This is Tidbit Tuesday, your tidbit of a midweek break, where we tackle only a topic or two. You can find us on Twitter at The Weekly Whatever, our parent show. Not sure if that counts as a parent show, but we have a longer podcast, Weekly Whatever. Look for the yellow W's on Twitter. We are very active and would love to get you involved in the show. Our personal social medias are in the description and at the end of the podcast. I am one of your hosts, Aaron. With me, as always, is Chilson, Rhino,
Oh, hi. Hello.
and Kyle.
How's it going?
So, Kyle, we promised at the last weekly whatever that we would, in this Tidbit Tuesday, disclose how you, and I quote, broke your arm in a swimming pool?
All right. So I guess technically, it was a swimming pool, and so
How big was the swimming? How big? Technically?
Technically,
How
it's
big
a
is a
swimming
swimming
pool?
well, no,
Was it
okay.
How
I didn't
big?
break it
How big
in-
was the swimming pool, Kyle?
It was. It was maybe 3 feet deep.
Yeah, it was like 3 feet.
I don't think that counts as a swimming. Is that I think that's a bath, dude. I think you're having a bath.
No, so I know Aaron knows. Aaron, you know those Costco swimming?
Oh.
Okay.
Rhino, do you have those too in
Do
Australia?
you mean like an inflatable one that you? It's
No.
not like it's like a fucking. You can put it in your backyard. kind of
Yes.
thing, and you fill it up with tap water.
Yes.
Is that what yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
but it's 3 feet deep. I mean, we filled up with the hose, but yeah.
Oh, you know what I fucking mean, Jesus.
Get the
And
tap,
so-
everybody. We're running buckets.
Yeah, we
So,
don't have hoses over here, dude.
Oh, okay. Just buckets, pails, I guess. No, but so Kyle was over playing one day, and it's summer, just hanging out, and I think we're playing.
We were
like,
young.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was
12, 13.
Was it? It was probably 5th grade. We were in elementary school, I think, because it was before I broke my arm.
Yeah, it
Middle
was like
school.
late elementary school, I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so we're playing like volleyball, keep away, or or something, and the ball, it's like one of those inflatable beach balls gets hit out of the pool. And so what do? I run up the ladder outside the pool, and as I go to step like over onto the other side of the pool that's not in the pool, my foot slips and I landed on my elbow on the cement, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck that.
No, I fell from like 3 or 4 feet, and so yes, I did break my. Actually, I didn't break my elbow. It was a hairline fracture, but it had to be put in a cast.
So you freaking you elbow dropped concrete.
Because he was going down the ladder the wrong way.
Yeah,
Now I remember.
no,
he went
no,
to step
I
up on the
was.
ladder instead of like
Turning
facing the pool
around.
and like climbing down like a regular ladder. He was like his chest was facing outwards of the
Yeah.
ladder, you know, and he's just like walking down it, and he just
Oh.
fucking fell.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
No, and I mean, I can promise you, I go down that way now.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just one of the things where you're like,
Living
Ah.
and learn.
oh man, it hurt.
How many tears were shed, Kyle? Tell us the truth, dude.
I actually remember him taking it like a champ, honestly.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Really?
I don't remember
Damn.
crying.
Fucking
Oh.
beast.
Yeah.
I don't remember you crying either.
I think no, I actually do think I did cry when my parents tried to straighten my out because they're like, let's see if it's broken. And so
Oh,
my arm's all
fuck.
swollen up, and they're pointing. I'm like, I can't. I'm like, no, it can't. So
That's fucked.
I
Yeah,
might have
fuck
cried
that.
then, but
Oh,
no, I mean, so there was that time, and then I guess I'll just keep going.
Check, go for it, man. If you haven't
And-
guessed, the topic is injuries today.
Yeah, injuries. this week.
Injuries.
So in 8th. Oh no. Okay, so in 3rd grade, I was playing kickball, and like it was
What the
kickball.
fuck is- Wait. What the fuck is kickball?
It's
is it
like,
like-
baseball, but with a soccer ball, and you kick it.
So it's a fake sport.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's like a recess. It's a
Yeah,
sport that you play like a recess or just
What
outside
the
with
fuck?
friends.
Why would you just play baseball?
Well,
Or
because you
t-ball?
don't have a bat.
Not
Didn't the school
every
have bats?
not every
What
kid
the
has a
fuck?
glove.
Yeah.
No, not everyone has a glove, man.
You guys pussies play without a glove.
Shut the fuck up.
That's why you play kickball.
Shut the fuck up.
No,
In,
okay.
in cricket, we don't use gloves.
Yeah, because
You can use
cricket's
your
a
hand.
pussy sport.
Yeah.
That
Hey,
makes no
stop it!
sense!
I'm gonna get in on cricket. Don't judge cricket.
Yeah, don't judge cricket, dude.
Yeah.
You heard Kyle. You heard him.
Yeah, don't
yeah.
judge cricket, but why did you pussies
Yeah.
never play
Yeah.
with the gloves on?
We didn't have bats because our bats aren't just flat pieces of wood.
Yeah.
Back
We
in the
can't
day.
pick up
Driftwood.
driftwood and yeah.
It's
please.
not. It has a fucking handle.
Hey guys, let's peel the siding off the school and we'll use it as a bat today.
Wow.
Bark off.
By the way, Rhino, can you please quit interrupting? Okay.
When
because
you guys
yeah.
say American shit, I need to know.
Yeah, no, it's
Jesus.
okay. It's okay.
What the fuck a kickball is, man? What the fuck?
No, okay. And so I kick the ball. I'm running towards first base, and there's this kid. I believe his name was Ashton. I don't know. But I was probably 100 pounds. This kid was like 200 pounds. So, like, he was way
Jesus.
larger than I was. And so he gets the ball. He's running towards first base to, like, get me out because you have to step on the base to get the person out before they get there. I'm like, screw that. I can totally beat him out. So I run even harder. And sure enough, we just, like, head-on collision.
Hell
And
yeah.
my front lip, like, my upper lip, got stuck between my two front teeth.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, and so
What
I had
the
to like
Oh.
pull it out, which hurt like with my mom. If you guys didn't know, your face heals super quick, and so by the time I got to the doctor's office, which was probably within 30 minutes, it had already healed up and it stopped bleeding because your face heals extremely quickly. So
Oh my god, did you have like buck teeth? Did you have a gap? Or did
No.
it just squeeze
No,
into the
I hit-
non-existent gap?
I hit the person so hard,
No
force
fucking
between my
way.
teeth.
Forced it.
Whoa.
Dead serious.
What?
Jesus, I didn't know
That
that,
is
dude. What the
fucked.
fuck?
Yeah,
Oh
okay.
my God.
So there was that time.
Your fucking appendix burst, huh?
Yeah, but that wasn't I didn't cause that one. But
That's
yeah,
true.
no.
That's
So
just-
to
just
tell,
the
I guess
gods.
Rhino doesn't know, but my little
No,
brother.
Kyle, we have this in common, dude. I've got my appendix out too.
No freaking way.
Yeah,
Wow,
no
so you
kidding.
guys jerk each other off.
We can. No. So my little brother was born on January 14th, and then the night. So he was born in like the afternoon, and then that night, I was at home with my grandparents, and I woke up to this extreme pain, and it turns out my appendix ruptured.
And you were
And
like
so
6,
I
right?
was 12 when it happened.
Oh, so your brother's
Was it like one of the
considerably
worst
younger.
pains you've ever like experienced?
Yeah, so I've been burned a couple times, and the only thing that I could like describe it as is someone stabbing a hot knife through your stomach.
Sounds
Like,
roughly 1,000
Absolutely
degree
horrible.
knife versus
Yeah.
appendix.
Yeah.
Oh my
No,
God.
I miss those videos.
So that happened. I've had quite a few ingrown toenails. I'm getting pretty good at cutting those out. I can cut those out like
That's
Yeah,
not
that.
interesting.
me and Kyle used,
Skip
I
it.
used to go over and hang out at Kyle's house and we play Mario Kart while he's soaking his toe.
It's true. It's true.
Oh,
Uh, good memories, man. And then in 8th grade, I broke my arm playing football.
hell yeah.
I took a
I feel like
helmet
you-
to the arm. It was the
I feel like
same
you
arm.
need to drink more calcium, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I drink
You need
so
bone
much
juice.
calcium.
You need
Oh,
more
really?
Bone juice.
Yeah.
You can never have enough milk, man.
Yeah, no, that is
Never.
true. That is true.
I never
So-
drink milk. Milk's disgusting.
I'm trying to think. I think that's it.
All right.
That's pretty healthy treasure trove.
Yeah, you've had a lot more than me. Like mine's gonna be short.
Yeah,
But
but
did
yours is
you-
kind of unique. I mean,
Mine's Yeah, it's definitely a story.
Stop trying to be
Let's
nice,
hear it,
Kyle. It's
yeah,
not
let's
interesting
hear it.
at all.
All right. So Aaron actually witnessed this. Wait, were you actually there? Were you one of the people that were there, Aaron? Did you see what happened that day? Do you know what I'm going to talk about
I-
even?
Is it the? maybe?
The car.
Oh. You know,
Were you there? I don't know if you were there actually.
No,
I came over to
showed
your
up.
dad's after.
I showed up after it happened.
That's right. You
Like
weren't.
I came out to the parking lot
Yep.
and was like, what are you doing?" And then you
Yeah.
guys were flipping out.
Yeah. So what happened is after school, just in high school, and me and a few friends, we normally just like go to our cars and just kind of bullshit for a little bit before we decide to go home, you know? So I was talking to my friend Moises over by his truck. I'm just talking to him, and all of a sudden I feel my foot just like get sucked down, like sucked into something, and my body just like I get like pulled to the ground like fast. And the next thing I know, I was just ran over by a fucking car in the parking lot. Like the guy rolled, like he was pulling forward through the parking lot, and his wheel he just like caught my ankle, like just right above my ankle,
Jesus.
sucked that entire part, like it like he just rolled over my foot
Oh my
in his
God.
car. It was fucking terrifying, but surprisingly, I didn't get injured from it. Like it fucking
Yeah.
hurt, but nothing broke. Not
you
even
just had a couple
sprain.
tread marks on
What
your
the
foot.
What?
Yeah,
Dude,
like
you're
I.
fucking superhuman. What the
Well, I
heck?
drink
It's
a
all
lot.
that milk.
I drink a lot of fucking
It's all that milk.
That's what it is.
Can we get a milk sponsor?
Yeah,
I want a milk
right,
sponsor.
oh,
But like, yeah, like 20 minutes later, I'm like sitting there and like my friend's just like, "Are you like gonna be okay to drive?" I'm just like, "I think I'm gonna be fine actually." So I just drive home. I'm like on crutches for like the weekend, and then I go back to school and I'm like limping and stuff. But I don't. After the weekend, I didn't have to be on crutches or anything.
Did you get it?
It was-
Like, did you get a fucking X-ray or not?
No, I didn't even go to the doctors for it 'cause I didn't
What?
want to.
What the
I didn't
fuck?
want to go to the doctor.
Damn. So did he run over you with just his like front tire or his back tire too?
I honestly can't tell you. It happened really fast, and I was like looking the other way happen.
I think
I feel like I only
told
felt
me
it
what-
once.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
think he was backing out, and it was like his front tire.
No,
or
he was
something.
pulling forward. He was pulling
Oh,
forward.
okay,
through
the back tire.
So I think it might have been the back tire
Yeah.
or something.
Did
Because
he
I don't
like
remember
stop
it.
and check on you, or did he just fuck off?
Kind of, actually. This is one of the reasons I get angry telling the story, because you want to know what happened, what this motherfucker did to me. Is he ran over my foot, came, and he was like there was like two other guys with him in the car. They're just like, "Are you okay?" I'm just like, "I'm fine," and they laughed and they drove away.
That was pretty bad.
And they never said sorry. He never
fucking
apologized.
way.
Not
What
a
a
single
dick.
time. And like a couple days, like after the weekend, like people were just like, "Why are you limping?" I'm just like, "This because fucking Isaac ran me over with his car in the park." And I was just like, "Oh shit! Like, are you okay? Like, did he ever say sorry?" I was like, "No, he didn't." And like, it got around to him that I was like saying that he never said sorry. He's just like, "Dude, I said sorry to you." I'm just like, "No, you didn't. You didn't say sorry." Like, I hate this guy.
What a fucking asshat, man.
Yeah.
Jesus.
The only reason I would have like gone to the doctor is so that I could like fucking
Press charges.
yeah, something.
Yeah, I knew it.
Fucking
because,
sue
like,
his ass,
as
dude.
as I recall, like at that moment, like a normal person would be like, "Oh, well, I am sorry." Like maybe I said it and you didn't hear it in the car, but regardless, I didn't communicate an apology. I'm sorry, but like to my understanding, he fought you on it, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
No,
she's
he
like,
did.
"No,
He's
I
like,
said I'm
I
sorry."
said sorry. I said sorry. I'm like, "No, you didn't."
Like, no, I
But
said
it's
it.
fine.
I said it.
What a fucking god,
Yeah.
what a dick.
Yeah, yeah. It just makes me angry. It's nothing though. It's fine though. he's a nobody. Nobody likes him. Nobody loves him. He's a piece of garbage, a waste of life, and I'm pretty sure I could give a shit about him now. So he's just trash.
Fucking roast.
Anyway, that's pretty much my story. I've never broken a bone
Wow.
or anything. I've never broken anything. Knock on wood, but I don't need to because I drink so much fucking milk.
Wait, so what's like the most amount of pain you've been in then? Emotional pain doesn't count, by the way.
Okay, good,
I
because
think-
that would
I
be
think
hard to
trial
distinguish.
Yeah, if we're talking about emotional pain, I could talk for
No, I
hours.
just mean because like I think you would have most of your pain.
Honestly, there was a couple times in high school where I've gotten like really bad migraines, and that was probably the worst pain I've ever had. Honestly,
I hope I never get a migraine, dude. I had a friend, like, besides you, I had a friend in high school. He'd get migraines. Like, he'd get them so bad he'd almost pass out.
They're
well, I mean,
debilitating.
it made me throw up.
Yeah.
Like, it
Drinking
makes you
too much
if-
milk.
it like makes like it hurts so bad, like you can actually feel like your head pulsating pretty much, and like
Yeah.
it makes your stomach hurt, and like you're super light sensitive. So like I went to school like the day after the migraine, and I remember like looking down at the ground for most of the day because like the light was like
Jesus.
just killing me. It was a bad one. But other than that, I sprained my ankle once, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as the migraine or getting ran over by a car.
Yeah.
I sprained my ankle once.
Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
God.
Well, it wasn't that bad. Like, and it was so stupid how it happened. I just like tried to hop over a log and I just landed wrong, and it just hurt
Oh,
like a
wasn't that
little.
when we were
Yeah,
disc
we were
golfing?
there. We were
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, yeah. It was
Yes,
so
I forgot
stupid.
about that.
Yeah, that was
It was
hilarious.
so
Oh,
stupid.
we were
I
making
just
fun of you all day, dude. It was great.
it was so annoying. I
That's
drove
when my
myself
dad
home after
came
that
with us too. My dad came with us and he's like, I didn't realize this was dangerous.
Yeah,
Did you guys see that video of the Masters is going on right now for golf? They're doing a par 3 challenge, which is pretty much see who can get the closest to the pin. This guy nails a hole, and he's like running down to the green. He's running backward, and then he twists his ankle. And it's like, oh, and it looks like he just completely wrecks his ankle. He's out of the
Damn.
Masters now.
Freaking
Yeah.
lizard.
Sorry, I thought I'd throw that in there.
Wow. Rhino, do you have good injury stories?
I've got a couple. I've got a couple of notable mentions.
Okay, because I don't have any crazy good ones either.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, so I've got my opinion. Shut the fuck up. Cricket story. Shut the fuck up, children. Alright,
I'm sorry I asked you a legitimate question. Trying to
Oh.
show respect to your sport.
Actually, you know what? Getting hit by a cricket ball is fucking painful. That's why we wear like the crotch box to protect the goods.
Is that what you actually call it?
Oh, we just call it a box, but like,
You just call it a box?
yeah, and you put it down your pants and it
It's
protects
called,
your.
it's called a
protects
cup
your
here.
goods.
Wait,
Oh, you call it a cup? Oh, okay, we call it a
Wait.
box. Yeah.
it's a is it a box shape?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
no,
Cup
It's
shaped, isn't it?
It's well, it's not cup shaped either. It's shaped like a fucking scoop, if anything. It's like a fucking.
Well, it's closer
It's like
to
a
cup
Air
than
Force mask.
Yeah, for your Johnny.
A what? An Air Force mask? What?
Yeah, like an air mask.
Yeah, like a pilot.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it is kind of like that. Like, yeah.
Anyway,
I-
go
I-
on, you ding dang goof.
I wasn't even going to talk about cricket injuries. No, I think they're not even worth mentioning.
Oh yeah.
So I've got my own
I
appendix
believe
story. Obviously, I think I was 11, so I was like around the same age as you, Carl, when I got mine removed.
Cool.
And it was that was painful as fuck. And I remember like being in hospital for like I think it was like a day or 2 days, I think. Because like when you're 11, you like to like ham it up a lot. So like even when I got
Mhm.
fucking limping around,
Yeah.
acting like I was fucking dying.
Oh.
even though like looking back, I was probably in like no pain at all.
Yeah.
And then I had a time where I fucking so you guys know like what a fixed gear bike is,
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
fixie. Yeah,
Mhm.
so like the way that works is like basically the bike can't stop pedaling if the wheel's moving, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And so I was like 15, I think, and I was cleaning my bike because obviously you want that shit looking slick AF for
Yeah,
the
how else are you
ladies.
gonna get a babe? Yeah.
Exactly. And so I was cleaning my bike at
Flex.
home, and I was cleaning like the bike chain, and so like I was just running the pedal, and I had like a rag in one of my hands. So one hand I was running the pedal, and the other hand I had like a rag cleaning the chain, and then like the chain got like hooked on the fucking the rag that I was using got hooked on the chain, and it just pulled my entire hand through
Oh, oh.
through the bike. And so like my longest finger, what do you fucking call this digit?
Index.
I don't fucking know.
Index.
The
No,
middle
Oh, the
one?
middle
index
finger.
is your pointy. Yeah, middle finger. Yeah, so my middle finger gets fucking snagged. Like the top of it gets like pulled straight through the chain, and so my bike, like because like the force of me running the pedal, the only thing that stops it is my finger. So essentially, all that force like it jerks the entire bike up because it's like upside down, and like it crashes down, and then like my finger gets released out of it. And
Oh.
that is like one of the most painful things that has ever fucking happened to me. Like I remember like feeling my heart beat through my finger. Like I could feel
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah,
every
yeah.
beat of my heart
Yeah.
like through my finger kind of thing because of the fucking cut. So I broke the
You're
top
an anime
bit of
character.
my I broke the top bit of my finger, and then there was the cut was underneath my nail. So I went to hospital. And they had to
Oh.
fucking cut my nail off of my finger so they could stitch the cut that was beneath it. Otherwise, it would have kept bleeding. And so so they put me on general anesthetic, obviously. It hadn't kicked in when the fucker started cutting the nail off. And so I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I remember telling him, I was like, I can feel you cutting. Like, it was the most pain I've ever been. I literally said to him, I was like, it hasn't kicked in. It hasn't kicked in. He was like, I gave you the general. And I'm like, yeah, I know you gave me the fucking general. I can feel you fucking cutting my finger up though. Like, what are you fucking doing? And then like he waited for a couple of minutes, and then finally and then afterwards he was like really apologetic about it because I think he realized that I was actually like I wasn't making up any shit. Like I could actually feel. He was like, yeah, sorry, the general probably hadn't kicked in yet. I'm like, yeah, no fucking shit, dude, I told you that. Like,
I'm
you
sure
fucking
there's a
fucking-
bunch of people that it has kicked in on, and they're like, it hasn't kicked in yet. It hasn't kicked in yet.
And so yeah, so that was kind of fucked up.
Wow.
So I think that, probably like in terms of injuries, I think that's it. But I think I've had like a really painful like 24-hour stomach bug where I fucking threw up like I was throwing up for like half an hour straight, and my stomach was in so much fucking pain. And then like 2 minutes after I stopped throwing up for like half an hour, like I started like shitting. So lucky I was like throwing up in a fucking toilet. Like this is no fucking joke. So I like threw up everything that's in like the top half of my stomach. Obviously, it's emptied out.
Yeah, clear
Then
out
the
the
shit that's
bottom
in
now.
the shit that's in my intestine
man.
starts like fucking like it felt like it. Oh, I don't even know how to describe it. Like it was probably worse pain than my fucking appendix. That's how fucking painful it was. Like everything in my body was trying to exit out of any orifice that it fucking could, and it was like fucking. It was like lava. It was like molten fucking lava going through my
Jesus.
fucking intestines.
Oh.
Freaking
Yeah, so I was like
screaming
throwing up
babies,
half an hour, and
bro.
then and so then I'm sitting on the toilet like waiting for like the lava to fucking pass through, and then I like shat out everything else. Like my like that was probably like the cleanest my body has ever been because there was fucking nothing inside it. Like it was fucking
Oh.
empty, dude. I was
Did
like,
you get the sting ring?
No, see that's the thing. It had nothing to do with my a-hole. Actually, just like the fucking stomach pain. Like my anus
Did
was
you
fine.
call it the
was the fucking.
sting ring?
Yeah, dude, it's a sting ring. When you got like fucking diarrhea or some shit, you can feel like burn. It's a sting ring.
Bro, this wasn't diarrhea. This was like some.
I've never
fucked
even
up
heard of
shit.
that.
Well, now you have. You've been educated. You're welcome.
I love when you hear Aaron just take a step back from the mic.
I'm sorry. to
Okay,
interrupt
so yeah,
you.
if it's not diarrhea, you probably didn't feel it because it's pretty exclusive to that. You probably just felt actual physical pain.
Yeah, like literal.
Oh man,
God.
that's horrible.
That's rough.
It was horrifying, dude. Like I thought I had to go to hospital, but it wasn't until everything had cleared out that I actually felt better. Like so, it was like in a way it was a good thing because I was going through that much pain,
Palate
you know. And then
cleanse.
after it all, it had all left me, then I felt a little bit of relief.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's right.
Man.
But-
That's horrible.
That was fucking.
So your
It was pretty
appendix
bad.
exploded and you pooped your guts out.
Yeah, pretty much.
long story short.
Wow.
Oh.
I this whole time I've been kind of thinking like, what do I got going on in my life, pain wise, and like when I was young, I stepped on a nail and it went through my foot.
Oh.
Fuck, that's pretty bad.
Wow,
But
yeah.
like that, I don't remember that hurting all that much. I think like adrenaline kicked in because I looked down and I saw the nails like sticking out. And I
Did
was
it
like,
go all the way through
all
your
the way
foot?
through my foot? Yeah.
Oh,
Do you have a scar? for that?
I mean probably. I don't know. Let me look. But I'll look later. But I remember being like, my dad is gonna kill me because he told me,
Classic little foot
put
kid.
your shoes on. You're gonna get a nail through your foot.
Wow.
And to this day,
Yes.
I think he set me up because there was just a board with a nail through it in the yard.
No fucking way. Wait, so this happened in your backyard?
Yeah, in my
No
own
way.
backyard. Yeah,
What the fuck?
yeah, like
You think your dad set you up?
yeah. But
He
like,
was trying to teach you a life lesson, dude.
and
Yeah.
he
Always
did.
put your shoes on.
Yeah.
He did.
So like I remember like getting actually I took my friend's sock. He took his sock off and we like wrapped my foot in it and like bandaged my
Oh.
foot up, and then when that was completely soaked through with blood, I was like, maybe we should tell my mom. And so I was like, dude, go get my mom. And then so like he went in the house, he's like, hey Aaron's mom, you should like see this or whatever. It's like crazy. It's pretty cool. You should like check it out. Like we got something crazy going on back here. It's like, what? You know? And so like then she came out and she started freaking out because I'm like passing out from like blood loss and like
Oh
this,
my
this whole
gosh.
sock is like soaked in blood.
How
And
did you not instantly think of this?
Yeah,
I
this
don't
is
know.
definitely.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
but like
This is
it-
good.
Like you got impaled.
yeah. Well, it's not the
Literally.
only time. I'll get to my go-to impaled story, but the
What?
like then like after that, I think like a couple years later, I had a fixed gear bike,
Oh,
and I was riding down the street.
Bikes are fucking evil.
Yeah, I went to this girl who lived down my street, and like
Was she a babe?
yeah, but this was an age. This was like, I don't know why. Like I didn't.
you didn't want to smash?
Well, see, I like at that age, like in like fourth grade or whatever. Like I didn't understand like having a crush. I simply knew that like one was to have those, so I should have one. Like they'd be like, "Oh man, I'm so into this girl," and I'd be like, "Oh, that's cool. I think this chick's pretty cool." Like, so you have a crush on her? I have a crush on her. You know, I didn't know. So like that was
Yeah.
this. She was just my friend, and like anyway, she wasn't home. She wasn't home, so I was riding home, and like I don't know why, like my foot like slipped off the pedal or something, but my left foot stopped the pedal, and my right shin stopped the other side of the pedal
Oh,
as it like
ouch.
rotated, and it just completely stopped, and I like fell off my bike, and like I can actually still feel it now, like where it happened. It
Oh,
it
fuck.
indented my bone.
No.
And like I
Oh.
looked down, and there was like an inch deep, just like
Ooh.
like it didn't break skin or anything. There was just like literally like someone like pushed in your flesh, and then like it stayed down, and it hurt
Yeah, what the
so
fuck?
much, and like I limped
Oh,
home.
Crazy.
But it went away after a couple days. But I still had the like bones like scar or something.
Jeez.
Yeah, I had a friend in like middle school, and we were like riding bikes one time, and he like tried to go off ramp or whatever, and he like failed miserably. But like it just like happened so perfectly. Like he was like fumbling through the air, and he got his finger caught in the chain, and the nail, and it like pressed down on it, and it came up, and the nail was like pretty much completely off of like his finger.
Jesus.
It was like dangling off. It was fucking disgusting.
Oh my god.
You know, thinking back, I flew over my handlebars one time.
Oh yeah, I've done that too.
Yeah, no, it was a.
I didn't get hurt, but it was terrifying.
Oh, I like took a chunk out of my chin and I had stitches.
Holy crap! I never.
Yeah, I forgot
wrecked.
about that.
I never wrecked. Like that was the worst I ever got on a bike. Then like later, like that. I think it was that same summer. Like someone double bounced me on a trampoline,
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
and like I went up and like upside down midair, and I landed on my head, like on the trampoline on my head. So it just like collapsed my like neck
Whole body.
like into my chest, and just like
Ouch.
that was a butthole. And like I know in like baseball, I took a ball to the chin
Oh.
because
Oh.
I was playing outfield, but I was like left field because I
Oh,
was,
so you missed.
and like that game.
Yeah,
like,
he missed. He
no.
missed.
Oh yeah. No. Totally. Yeah. Totally. Like no one was hitting that way. Everyone was going right field. So I hadn't done anything, so I wasn't paying attention. I was just looking at the ground.
That's like the opposite.
I know. Yeah, like usually I was getting like all the action, but I was getting nothing. So I was bored out of my mind. And so I was looking at the ground, and I remember hearing people yelling. And I'm just looking down, and people are yelling, and I just like look up, and the ball just comes down and like catches me in the chin. I think I
Ouch.
still caught it. I just like caught it like in my chest or whatever. But like that was a lizard, man. That hurt.
That would hurt.
I think.
do
That
remember.
hurt.
Do you remember
Go ahead.
that?
No, I don't actually remember.
Oh,
Was that when we played on the same
yeah,
team?
yeah. We were on the same
Oh
team.
shit.
Um,
I can imagine. Just
Yeah.
great air and
Good
just like
air, man.
sitting in the outfield, just like with his head down, like fucking Charlie Brown or something. Just like
Everyone was probably like, Aaron! I didn't take a step. That ball came right to me.
It's like the Sandlot or
Yeah.
something. That's awesome.
But,
I do remember one more story from me.
yeah.
And it's like I was like really young. I was in elementary school definitely. And me and my dad were like roughhousing, we were like wrestling around.
Oh.
And like I was losing, obviously. So in a desperate attempt, I went to like bite his foot. And out of
Primal Kyle.
and, yeah, I went primal, but out of instinct, like of course he's gonna like win because I just bit his fucking foot.
Yeah.
And like
Oh.
I'm biting down, and he ripped. So it ripped like my teeth out. Like
What?
I ripped like 2 of my teeth out.
What the fuck?
They weren't even loose. They just
Oh,
got
wow.
ripped out.
Wait, did he like kick you, or did he just like pull the?
No,
foot out of
like
your
I was
mouth?
just biting down, and he like pulled
Pulled
his
out,
like
yeah.
foot away.
What?
What?
Yeah.
What his teeth? Were your teeth like embedded in his foot, or what?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
like-
I was going for it.
It's so weird. You
What the
bit
fuck?
your dad's foot.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh
I
my
was-
god.
I don't like
Whoa,
to lose. I don't like to
that's
lose.
awesome.
Oh
That's
my god.
great.
It really didn't hurt that much though, because it was like so fast. I was just like, but it was like it was bleeding, so I was like, what? Like what? Like what happened?
What's happening?
Oh,
Yeah.
Was that- was that
My
when
dad
you
was like
broke
clearly like a little bit panicked
Oh,
after
yeah.
like
Oh, I
what
bet.
happened.
I
I
just
just ruined
broke
my
my kid.
Yeah. Oh my god. I think my most painful moment was also my most badass moment. Kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
We'll
yeah,
be the judge of that.
The actual story itself isn't badass, but there's this one moment.
All right,
that,
see, already
yeah.
setting yourself up.
Uh-huh.
for failure.
So I was working at Safeway during the summer, my freshman
That's a
year.
grocery store right now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like
Thank
it was I think it was my right out of high school that summer, or maybe it was the summer after. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And I bought a coconut because like I'm gonna buy a coconut. You know?
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah, I worked in the produce, so I was like, I'm gonna buy a coconut, you know. So I bought a
don't necessarily-
coconut.
I don't necessarily remember this being badass.
So there's one part. so I take the coconut home and I like Google how do you do this, you know? And so like the first thing to do is to like break it in half, right? So like I peeled it and then I smashed the boy with like a hammer and it broke in half, you know? And then it's just like, hey, it's like just take a knife and go to town, like cutting the insides out because it's like you just hold the shell and the knife will not go through that shell. Like you can scrape and you're gonna be fine. But unbeknownst to me, when I broke the coconut, there was a fracture line in the piece I'm holding.
Oh.
So I'm holding this coconut and I'm scooping like freaking crazy, and the knife finds that fracture line and slides through and into my hand.
Ouch.
It goes in like
Ooh.
it goes in not through like straight through, but like sideways. So it's stabbed in. It's stabbed in by my thumb, and the blade lifted up the skin by my pinky. Like it didn't go all the way through,
What?
but it literally lifted the skin by my pinky, right?
Oh.
So I turned to my mother. I have stabbed a knife into my hand, and she's like, "Oh my God, do not pull it out!" I immediately pull it out,
Oh. Oh.
and when I do, there's a like a shoot of blood, and it's like bleeding like crazy, and then it started hurting. Oh my God!
Oh.
And so we like wrap my hand up, and we're going to the emergency room, and we're driving, and we're on the highway, and my hand is dying, and I'm like sitting there, and I'm like freaking out, and I'm shaking and stuff because like. I drum, so like this, I'm literally thinking, did I just ruin like my life with this coconut?
Oh man.
Did I just destroy years of work for a fucking coconut?
Because you were curious about the coconut.
Right? And anyway, this is the badass part. So I'm shaking and I'm like hurting really bad, and I just go like zen, and I'm like, this doesn't hurt anymore. And it stopped.
Really?
It stopped.
No.
I'm like this, it's not doing me any good for this to be hurting. Just stop. And it just did. It just stopped hurting, and I completely calmed down. And I just like leaned back in my seat and just chilled until we got to the hospital. That's the badass part.
That is not.
That is
badass,
pretty
Aaron.
cool.
No, it's not badass. That is not badass.
Forget about the coconut part. Just like, I got wounded in war, and then I toughed through the pain.
You can't really forget about the coconut.
Yeah.
Staying wounded in war.
But the worst part of the story is I go in there, I go to the hospital, I'm in the emergency room, and the doctor, I'm like, "Doctor, I'm a drummer. I need to know if like my hand's okay. You need to tell me." He pulls like the wrapping, like the cloth that we had put on it. He has like a little thing, and he like kind of opens the wound a little bit, and he's like, "You're fine." And he puts a literal Band-Aid on it.
What?
He cleans
Yes.
it up. He puts a
Yes.
Band-Aid on it, and then he wraps
Wow.
my whole hand in like surgical cloth or whatever. And he's like, "All right, you're fine. Just like keep it above your head and stuff." And I went home, and I'm like that. Like I was kind of annoyed. Like that's
So
it. That's
you're
it.
like,
basically,
dude, I'm
you're
gonna-
just a massive pussy. Then
No,
that's
no,
what that
no.
story told us. Basically.
Like he I was freaking out, man. I mean, it went. I could show you the scar. It's.
Dude,
fucking
I'm trying to
miserably-
imagine a knife. My.
Oh yeah, it was.
Like, oh.
It was painful. But yeah, the worst part is when I got $1,000 bill for a goddamn Band-Aid.
Nice healthcare system.
It was literally $1,011.
That's fucked. That's
Was
actually.
the coconut good?
Oh,
That was a monster.
Oh, it was delicious.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you kidding me? I was
I'm
like,
not-
I won, coconut. Who's eating who, coconut? I've had
How much
coconut
was-
since, and it's never tasted quite the same.
It's not as good as the first one.
Yeah, it's not as good
Well,
as
the
that
first one
first
did
one.
cost you $1,000. That's probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, $1,000 coconut versus $1 coconut. Anyway,
Oh my god.
I think that probably does it, eh?
I'd say
Does it,
so.
eh? Probably does it, eh?
All right,
Yeah.
this has
Go there.
been Tidbit Tuesday. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter at The Weekly Whatever, which is our long form podcast. We are very active on Twitter with polls and questions to get you on the show. We want to talk about what you want to talk about.
So hit us up. This podcast is available weekly on Google Play, SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor, Grindr, Stitcher, Podbean.
Plenty of options for your subscription
Spotify.
preferences. Spotify. Plenty of options
There
for
we go.
your subscription preferences. Make sure you subscribe. Smash that motherfucking like button. Dab on the haters. I am one of your hosts, Aaron. You can find me at _the_lizard_.
I am the motherfucking lizard!
And Chilson, where can people find you?
Twitter is out Chilson115 and Twitch is just Chilson.
And Kyle, where can people find you?
Anywhere and everywhere.
Oreo, E-R-E-O. Oh. And Rin Talks, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Rentox.
Also,
Everywhere and everywhere.
yeah.
Everywhere and everywhere.
Also
on the
check
internet.
out our Discord. Jump in there, drop us some lizards. I want to see.
Oh,
I
hell
want
yeah.
to see some lizards. All right, check in next week for more tidbit of a Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye! Choo!
That is freaking Chee-hoo, like, what the fuck?